Hello, everyone, and welcome back to another super cool radio interview. I'm your host, Matthew Thomas. Thank you so much for tuning in. I have some incredible guests joining me at this time who I'm excited to have back on the podcast. Been over a year since our last interview. I'm excited to chat and catch up with them. Please welcome, from Wisconsin, the Almas.
Well, hello. Thanks for having us.
Long time no see.
I know.
Yeah, it's been a while. You guys obviously been very busy with everything, obviously with the current tour, the new single, everything you guys got going on. So I'm excited to catch up and chat all things the Almas with you guys.
Well, we're excited to catch up with you, Matt.
I do want to jump in to the new single, obviously released May 30th, which is All Fucked Up. So if anyone has not checked this out, haven't listened to it yet, what can they expect?
Well,
It's a vibe.
bunch of swear words.
It's been a while since we put out a song that is explicit, and we kind of went all in head first in this one. This was actually the last song in our studio session that we did. We came out with 6 songs. This was number 6. So we were kind of going through our own little life crisis, and we were just like, let's just write a song about how everything is just fucked up. And so
we literally went back to the bus that night after doing the music and took out a sheet of paper and wrote a list of everything that year that was fucked up.
Yep.
And then we were just like, we'll write about that, we'll put that in there, we'll put that in there, kind of just, everything that just was messed up that year.
Yeah, it's like an edgy song. What band is it that's got the bass player for the guitarist or whatever?
Royal Blood?
Yeah, it's a very Royal Blood-like.
Okay.
Well, at least influenced by that, for sure.
I think it definitely...
Cashew.
Okay. But I definitely, I've listened to it.
We are professional, I promise.
I am at least half the time. I don't know about the other half.
Right?
I've only been doing this for 6+ years. So,
Yeah, us too.
But I've listened to the song. I like it because it definitely has a different vibe compared to some of the other music you guys have released. And yeah, I mean, it's just fun to say, everything's just all fucked up. It just kind of matches, especially, I was telling you guys earlier what was going on with me. So, it kind of just matches the vibe of this year.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think a lot of people are feeling that way, and I guess we want something that everyone could relate to, and there you go.
Yeah.
And it's a song that's very oh, this sucks, but in a very vibey, happy way. It's super. I don't even know what the word is.
But cynical.
Yeah, it's very cynical, but it's a fun one.
Yeah.
It's a bop.
Fun to play and just dance around to.
Yeah, one of the premise of the first verse, whatever. But one of the lines is we rose to the top of I rose to the top of misery. I made it to the top, and I'm miserable.
I made it. I won. I'm at the top of something.
Yeah.
Yeah, at least you won in that category.
Yeah,
right?
I never win anything. I just usually show up and last. But I've got to go with it. It is very relatable, and I think that kind of the lyrics, but it's also it's kind of upbeat and kind of more happy sounding if you just listen to the music, but then you listen to the lyrics and it's kind of that kind of juxtaposition between both of them. I think is really cool, and sometimes you just have to admit everything's fucked up. So
yeah,
I like it.
Yeah, it was kind of like therapy, just releasing that. You know what I mean? It was just getting it out there, and we're like, finally, a little better.
Well, for sure. But I kind of like the artwork. Obviously for the single, I really enjoy it. It looks really cool. So how'd the artwork for this come about?
That all is credited to Spencer Olson of Olson Studios, based out of Minneapolis. He is such a talented guy. We've worked with him on the Crowns lyric video, now this lyric video. He also did the editing and VFX for our Lifeline music video.
And Cage.
And Cage.
Is on.
He also did the VFX on that as well. So we've been working with him more and more lately, and he's just such an incredibly talented guy. So
Yep. But Crystal, you had the inspiration for the vibe that you
yeah.
did. Yeah.
So like the first tour we went on this year back in March, what was it called? It was the Social Divide tour. And it was all kind of like magazine clippings and things that didn't belong together. So like there's like a mountain with like a nice road, but then behind it's like this like ocean scheme and like chaos. It's utter chaos. And I was like, this is the vibe for All Fucked Up. It's just utter chaos. Nothing belongs with what you see, and
it was like 90s color scheme.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's very like it's funny. It's nice and vibrant, but then if you as you were saying, if you look at everything closely, it's like, why is that there? Why is that? It's just that chaos. But it looks so nice and colorful and like artistic. That's like it's a whole vibe.
Yeah. I think it matched the whole entity of the song.
Yeah.
I'm a fan of it, but I also like just the color pop that it has in it.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, we wear too much black, so we need.
Yeah, we were told we needed to be like more fun and like vibrant. So we're like, here's our fun vibrancy. It's utter chaos if you remove the black t-shirts.
Yeah.
So
that's a good quote, by the way. I like that. But it is very cool, and yes, it is nice and bright, and yes, like you guys. But I like the vibe you guys put out, though. Like, obviously, you're wearing all black right now, anyway. But
see, I'm good color,
Crystal too.
yeah, I've got a white shirt with flowers on it, and a Hagstrom hoodie that I'm covering it all up.
Yeah, but
well, at least Josh is wearing all black.
Yeah.
Yes,
Yep.
he's
Even the
on
socks.
brand.
Very good. Very good. All right, so I'm kind of curious for you guys. So, new question I'm going to ask the guests lately. So, I'm curious for you guys. So, like during the writing and recording process, like how do you know when a song is complete?
I think when Kyle's like, "All right, let's go on the next one," it's a good sign that he's satisfied with it. We did a good job. We get our pat on the back, and
I think the most important thing about like writing and recording like in the studio like that is to not overthink all the parts that you're working on currently. A lot of the times the best thing is the first thing to come out, and you just need to trust your gut with it and just go. That's kind of how we did it with this last batch, because we ended up with 6. We were only going to do 5, but we ended up with 6 because we just trusted the process. We're just like, all right, we're done, let's go to the next one.
yeah, we know Kyle knows what he's doing with us, so
Yeah, like Josh saying, it's a very fast process, and usually the lyrics are the last thing that goes in on the song,
Yeah.
There's obviously like post-production where maybe things will get changed and everything, but that's once everything's kind of mixed down and all the elements are there, then it's Kyle goes, hey, I really think we need to switch this up, but he'll go ahead and do it, But yeah, pretty much once lyrics are done, the music's already done, so it's like once lyrics are in, moving on.
No, it's sometimes with that, if you start like overthinking it and like really like if you get yourself so twisted, then you don't know exactly like what is what's good or what's the vibe you're going for, and then you kind of just ruin it for yourself. So I agree. Like someday you just got to keep it more simple and just go with it.
What did Kyle say? Like you're never gonna miss something that people never heard.
yeah.
Like don't worry about it. Like,
he was saying like artists have like a tendency to be like, oh well, like this thing is so cool and it's got to be in the song, and I don't want to change it, but you should change it because it's like, well, the audience has never heard it. You're in the recording process, so why are you so fixated on this one part when the whole song could be better without it? You're gonna miss it, but the audience will never have known it was even there.
Yeah, so you can always save that thing for later or whatever, but don't worry about it.
Yeah, and I think sometimes in the studio it gets easy to do too much, and then you kind of just get overwhelmed with it, and then you don't know where to go. So a lot of times just trusting your gut is the way to go.
Yeah.
Oh, for sure, and definitely that's a good way of looking at it. If someone doesn't know like what to expect, with it, then they can't say, oh, I was missing this or this wasn't here, because they didn't know it was supposed to either it was considered to be in there or supposed to be in there. They're not going to know.
Exactly.
Same. Yeah, this is 6 years of podcasting experience. I get to just elaborate on what people say now.
You're learning.
Same. All right, but now I did want to transition to the live performance side, because you guys are currently on tour with our friends Reign of Z. How is that going?
It's
awesome.
Awesome. It is utter chaos in the best way.
Mm-hmm.
But no, this is our third tour. We're looking at doing another one before the year's over. So it's been a lot of fun. It's been a blast going out with our friends again and seeing them every night. It's literally been nothing but just fun time. Because
we've done it so much, like we know what to expect from each other. So it's just like meeting up with your best friend again, and you picked up where you left off, and off we go. You know, Get out of it.
Yeah, we're helping each other out at shows. Frank was fixing a lot of their stuff when things break, and we sharing gear and all this stuff. So it's just the camaraderie is really there, and we love them.
Yeah, and of course you always have like friendly competition and everything. You know, it's fun.
Oh no, they're awesome people. I love Reign of Z. Just their whole thing. They're just a great vibe that they put out with everything, and I especially just like hanging out with them as well. And like you guys are just like a perfect like fit for each other for this tour. Well, actually, is this your third or fourth tour with them? I'm not sure. Third. Okay. Well, I'm sure there's gonna be a fourth at some point.
Yeah, before the end of the year, to be announced.
Yes.
All right, so I'm kind of curious. Obviously, you guys have toured with Reign of Z extensively at this point. So, do you have a favorite Reign of Z song?
So I'm gonna be. I have three. It's really so. My current favorite is their newest single, "Bad Blood," but I have the really cool opportunity where I get to go up on stage and sing with Zosha for "Nothing Gold Can Stay." So I have to say that's my favorite.
Yeah, I like Hate. Hate is really good, and "Nothing Gold" is my other favorite. Like, the guitar, the rhythm of that song is just so cool to me. So I just like that one.
Yeah, "Nothing Gold Can Stay" is the one that gets stuck in my head all the time. But it's Bad Blood. It's their newest song. It's got a really cool breakdown.
Yeah, the breakdown.
It's so good. It's just very well done.
Yeah, it's very reminiscent of, well, maybe not reminiscent, but like it has the same like angst that Reflections breakdown does. And then Grayson goes so hard in that, and just I feel like everybody collectively has the exact energy across the board for the breakdown in Bad Blood, and it just it's incredible.
But that's their newest song that's them progressing into something a little more, and it's like it's more refined. I really like that song.
So good.
They are such a talented band with everything they do. And like, Nothing Gold, that's my favorite from them as well, because I think the first time like I saw them with you guys for one of the tours, and I think that was like right when the single came out, I want to say. Like, this is going back, I want to say, close to 2 years, I want to say.
You're probably right.
Yeah. Just all around, the whole band's awesome. So, now that I'm talking about them, I probably got to book them for an interview now. I'll see what they think about you guys.
We'll just call Berg.
Yeah, I'll text Berg right when we're done. Be like, hey, get on with that.
So, they're going to be on a future episode of Super Cool Radio for sure. But focusing back on the Almas now, because you guys are currently on this episode. So, for you guys, you have a new addition on drums for this tour, which is Kevin. So, how did that come about?
Yeah, so we were out on tour, I believe it was like our September tour last year, and we were out with Envision for a period of it. So we were talking, we were getting just some like ideas for drummers, and Alex from Envision was like, hey, I know a guy, his band's actually taking all of next year off, so let me get you in contact with him. So fast forward, we hit up Kevin, and he's down to go hit the road with us. He's like, yeah, let me just like learn this stuff, send you some videos, and we're just like, oh no, it's cool.
Yeah, he's like sending me videos and shit, to approve. I'm like, yeah, that's good, man, you're good.
You're in.
Yeah,
It's
we really funny.
And so before the first tour this year in March, we drove down to Tennessee to meet him for the first time. We had 5 days for all of us to learn the 6 brand new songs, because we had just gotten them like the day before we arrived in Tennessee to, practice with Kevin, and then also to, just get into the set with everything. So we only had 5 days with him, and he killed it, man.
Well, right on, saw everything going very well for that. Obviously, I've seen some videos and photos with everything, and it looks like it's been going really great. So I'm very happy that, obviously with the new addition, then he's doing very well. And obviously he's a professional. Obviously, I know who he is. Like, he's very, very experienced drummer.
Oh, absolutely.
Yes, and he's very good at social media too.
Yep.
Ain't that right, Kevin? Oh yeah.
Yeah. Random Z's dubbed him Content Karen because he's always like, if you posted, you gotta make videos.
Yeah.
Hey, that is not a bad thing, though. That is content is king nowadays.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely. No, he's definitely pushing us to be better on the social media game as well. It's like, oh, we're so focused on the live and the performance and trying to have a nice balance of the two. He's been helping us out with that a lot. So
yeah, and especially this tour too. I'm not driving. I usually drive like all the time, and this time we have my best friend and actually former drummer of the band, Isaiah. He's in the front seat right now, but he's driving. So now we have more time to work on content, chop stuff up. So it's a good oiled machine right now. So it's working pretty well. Ain't that right, Zay?
He's got his headphones on too. Nobody's listening.
No one's
to
listening.
us. Nobody cares.
Well, that's not a good sign if no one's listening to the interview right now. I hope people listen to it when it comes out.
Right.
Well, we told them to shut up. So.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Well, that's good. At least they're listening and paying attention to what you say.
Yep.
But with that, like, and that's something I've been trying to do lately too, is put out more like reels or just more things that are more like fun or eye-catching or just different aspects of what I do. So it's very important, and sometimes it is a pain to get everything edited and filmed and all this stuff. But it is obviously very essential for growing a band or a podcast or really anything on social media.
Yeah, absolutely. Especially this day and age, man. The scene's so like totally different now. So we have to adapt.
Oh, for sure. But I did kind of want to talk about, the live setting. We talked about obviously recording a little bit earlier in the interview. So I'm kind of curious for you guys, do you approach like performing live differently than recording music?
It's an interesting one.
That is an interesting question.
I think when recording, we're considering the live aspect. Let's put it that way. We're not going to do anything that we can't pull off live in some respect. We're not going to have 7 guitar parts, and all this crazy shit, if there's only 2 guitarists, so it's like, I guess we keep that in mind, because anytime we work with Kyle, at the end of the day, it has to be a rock song. Like, if all the tracks went down and everything went down, we still should be able to play the song and it still be a song, We can't have,
rock and roll at its core.
Yeah, rock and roll at its core, but yeah. So don't overdo the synth parts and all this stuff. Make sure there's a lot of guitar in there still, and and when it comes to, I guess, approaching the live scenario, we then look at the songs and go, okay, if you're listening to the song, it's like, what does your ear catch when you're listening to it? Okay, it's this guitar part, it's this and this. So those parts should be played. And if there's like a 3rd octave guitar part that's really low in the mix, well, we're not going to play that. We're going to put that in the tracks, and we're going to play the most important stuff, So we adapt the live show, accordingly, and we try to get the tones, like even the guitar tones and our tones, accurate to the record, but not exact either. We want it to be, we still want it to be a live performance. There's some things in the studio you're never going to pull off live unless you have like a specific pedal just for this one thing, or or like some vocal effects. You're never going to pull it off. So it's like, how can we do it in such a way that it's still unique for a live scenario?
You got to make that compromise. Just find, like what Frank said, you got to find the most important things and then that's what we do. The rest just can be done by the tracks.
Yeah, and like for the live, it's even like some of the stuff that we've done with the recordings, like there's this lo-fi or this like vocal effect on my voice in like certain parts. So for the last few years, I've been running a secondary microphone that we scoop the highs, scoop the lows. It's like a harmonica mic, but I use it for my vocals, and that gives us that lo-fi effect on the vocals while not having to MIDI control in the computer for my main mic to then switch over to an effect, and then heaven forbid something goes wrong and I sound like a robot through an entire show. But
yeah, that might not go over well.
I mean, it could be cool. I'm Mrs. Roboto.
Mrs. Roboto.
Ooh. That's good, actually. I like that.
Make that
Well,
a t-shirt.
No, God.
No.
You can wear it.
Let's have an 8 version.
No, you tried.
Just like a robot version.
Let me. That's cool. We'll make it happen. We'll send you a t-shirt.
Yeah, all right. New T-shirt.
Let us
done.
know what size. We've got you.
XL, I'm in. So, but
Right.
kind of with that, I've seen you guys. I think I first saw you guys. I want to say like 2021. I want to say, give or take, and just seeing the way you guys have just like grown the set and your production, you know, with the live show as well. It's just really cool to see, especially I think in the last 2-ish years, you guys have been really adding to your set, and it's just so cool to see with that. And it definitely, you guys are obviously awesome live. That's why I always like to see you guys. But it's also cool that just like with the 2 microphones, the effects you guys use, and obviously with the pedals and everything, that it sounds very similar to the recording, but also like it has that live feel to it as well.
Yeah, it's got to be kind of fresh. It's got to be just ever so slightly different that the listener might be like, oh, that sounds really good, but different.
Yeah.
Better.
Yeah.
We want to be better than the record.
Yeah.
That's a good way of putting it. I like that. So kind of with that last live question I got for you guys, then I got a couple fun questions before we head out. So I'm curious for you guys, obviously you've toured with a lot of great bands. Obviously we talked about Rain Z, Autumn Academy, Smile Empty Soul, just to name a few. So like, who's one band that you want to tour with that you have not yet?
See, that's hard saying one because there are several. But on the lower scale, there's a band out of Wisconsin that we've been told that we need to tour with for so long, and that's Versus Me. I believe they're a Janesville, Wisconsin-based band. We just need to hit them up and maybe see what we can do to make it actually happen, because that's like the number one that we always hear all the time is you guys are from the same state and you haven't toured with each other. But for me, I would say Diamante.
Still, yeah.
Yeah, Diamante or Eva Under Fire as a tour would be,
Eva,
or both at the same time would be awesome.
Eva's definitely the one for me. Like realistically, I would love to do a run with them. They're, from what I heard, they're really good people. We met them one time. We played a show together, and ever since then, I wanted to do a show with them. And I think that would be a perfect pairing. So that's that one. And of course, the Pretty Reckless would be the big dream one. Would be Pretty Reckless.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know if this counts because we've technically toured with them before they hopped on a few dates of our tour with A Light Divided, but Funeral Portrait. I'm a huge Funeral Portrait. They are awesome guys, and we haven't seen them in almost 4 years, so it's I want to go out on tour with them.
That would be an incredible tour.
I hope that happens, because that would be a lot of fun, and they're all the bands you mentioned are incredible. So I hope that happens somewhere in the future with all those bands. And since we're talking about touring, I mean, you guys have already toured with them, a little bit, but you guys got to tour with the Rumors at some point again.
I
know.
There's always something that happens. We're we're gonna tour together. How about this time? Oh no, we're already scheduled, or we're busy, or we're unavailable. Oh, well, how about this time? Same thing, and it's always that back and forth.
Yeah, they send us dates, and we're like, sorry, we're not available, and we send them dates, and we're like, sorry, we're not available for that time. I'm like, oh.
Yeah, and every time, even when we're like, oh, we should be able to route a tour at least into Iowa or something, maybe we can get them on a show. No, the tour gets rerouted that we don't go there. I'm like, come on, man. It'll happen. Yeah, we haven't seen them in a long time, too.
Yeah, it's been so long.
I know. they've been killing it with everything they've been doing. Like I think that they're about to start their Faster Pussycat tour, and I think they're touring Manic next month. Like they're incredible, and they're so much so hardworking people with everything. So I'm happy for that they are consistently busy with these incredible tours.
Yes.
No, same.
Yeah.
Totally agree with that.
But maybe the universe is just like, no, this tour would just be too great. We can't do it.
You can't handle
That's
it.
probably why we
World
haven't
ending.
done like a real tour with them yet.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, because we were supposed to do a West Coast tour, but then COVID killed. Was it COVID that killed it?
Yeah,
COVID killed it, and then we just never been able to.
Yeah. We've done a
Back
couple
together.
weekenders together, but we need to get a tour.
I know.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, hopefully.
Carly, make it happen.
Yeah, Carly.
I'm just gonna send her that clip.
Girl,
Alrighty, well, maybe at some point, if the universe allows, that would be awesome. I don't care if that tour is nowhere near Indiana. I will make sure to be there at some point. Somewhere on that tour.
Sounds good. We'll make sure it's not West Coast.
I was
then.
just gonna say, see you in Cali.
Yeah, we'll see you in California, man.
How'd this tour get routed to Puerto Rico?
Yeah, I don't know.
It got to Pluto.
Yeah.
I'm gonna make
What
that
the
up.
hell are you on Pluto?
We said we'd make it happen.
I know. That's true.
You did. You said that, and you even said that in my 5-year anniversary video. So you gotta. Well, you said Pluto's a planet, so
Which it is.
It is.
it is.
It counts.
In our hearts, it's a planet.
Yeah, doesn't matter what the scientists say. They're not right.
No.
Yeah. What do they know?
Change the only
Exactly. What they don't know anything. Anyway, sorry, someone's gonna take that out of context so much.
No.
I don't care.
Canceled.
That's the only way we get popular is we get canceled.
Yeah, same.
Pluto's a
Same.
Yeah.
No. Checks out.
That's the only way people are gonna know who I am, because they're like, "Oh, hey, you were that guy on that podcast." I'll be like, "Yeah, that's how I get publicity, is just by getting canceled."
Perfect.
I thought about it would be funny to have like a newspaper, like a website that gives like fake headlines, but they're like funny, not like malicious, just like funny stuff. And I thought about doing that just to give myself publicity, but we'll see if it actually happens. But now that I said that, people are gonna know that's me now.
Hey, I subscribe to Super Cool News.
Yeah,
I would.
actually, I would too. Do it, Matt.
You should do it.
Be the better onion.
The better onion.
Yeah.
Super cool news. The better onion. I like
Yeah,
that.
exactly.
I like it.
Yeah, there you go.
Good. Well, I know what I'm doing this summer then. I'll make sure to give you guys some headlines too. I can't promise that they'll be positive.
Perfect.
All press is good press.
Hey, we appreciate you mentioning us.
Mm-hmm.
Very good. All right, so now I got a couple fun questions before we head out. So this question, I've only asked one other person, and that was JC from Alike Divided. So I'm curious for
Okay.
you guys. So if you are running short on time and you got to be at a location in a specific amount of time, what song are you listening to on the drive over?
Like, you got to get there fast.
Yeah, like you're most likely going to be speeding. Well, I won't. Well, legally you won't be speeding, but you might be speeding.
I don't know the song title. It's not Motley Crue song.
Kickstart my heart.
I think it's Kickstart My Heart.
Kickstart my heart, baby.
Yeah,
No,
yeah,
it's
it's
not
definitely Kickstart My Heart. Yeah.
Probably something from Beast in Black for me.
Oh,
Specifically, what song I don't know, but God, what's my favorite song by then?
This question was not supposed to be this stressful. I was trying to make it fun.
It is.
Because
I'm looking.
surprisingly, I don't drive to music, which is kind of weird.
Really?
Yes, because from like driving in the bus or the van and the bus all the time, I never listen to music because I don't know, it's my time to think. So I just got used to not really listening to music.
What's that?
While driving.
What's that Mario Bowsette?
How was that? Yeah.
I don't know who it's by, but like, it's
It's like a.
Blind and Frozen by Beast in Black.
There you go. Now
That's
look up my Bowsette
Okay,
song.
okay.
Because I love it. It's a Mario themed song. It's Ridiculous.
Bowsette by
That's that.
the Chalk Eaters.
The Chalk Eaters?
Yeah.
Yeah, Bowsette by the Chalk Eaters. That song just...
That song pumps me up, too.
That's the one where you're just punching air. And
While driving?
well, if I'm
Crash.
speeding, I might as well do other reckless shit.
I mean, I think if Kickstart My Heart comes on, like, there's no way I'm not going 90 miles an hour.
Yeah.
Well, very nice, very well. If you're curious, JC said Doja Cat for hers, which I like that answer as well. So.
Yeah, okay.
That was a good question.
I like that.
All right,
I
so-
love that question,
Mhm.
Matt.
Thank you. No Ghostwriters. That's an original. But I got one more question before we head out. So, obviously, for you guys, years of touring, you've met many musicians and many people. But I'm curious for you guys, who's the most famous person you have met who is not a musician?
Mm.
Like, while touring?
Just in life.
General. So I got to meet and hang out with Michael Rooker from The Walking Dead and Guardians of the Galaxy. So I met him. I also got to hang out with like Sid Haig a couple times. Rest in peace. And then the man in the suit, and I don't know why I'm drawing a blank, but Darth Vader.
Oh, yeah.
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 The
Also
man-
rest in peace. But
Yes.
yeah,
Famous
those are.
people.
I don't know which one's like the top, but those are like the three that come to mind.
I've met some famous Cubs players over the years. I used to go to the Cubs conventions all the time, and when I was a kid, I remember I was there one time at the pool, and Mark Pryor walked in. It was like 2004 or something like that, so Mark Pryor was like in his prime. Who else? Fergie Jenkins. That was a cool one.
Yeah, honestly, Matt, I don't think I can think of anybody famous that I've met that wasn't a musician. Honestly.
Interesting.
I know.
He doesn't get out much.
No.
I was an actress in a former life, so I've met a handful
Yeah,
of
no, I-
people.
Yeah, I wonder what happened to her in your former life.
I don't know. Maybe she got staked through the heart.
Maybe. Jesus, it's so dark.
It's dark. No.
She was a vampire.
Yeah, she was
Yeah.
a vampire.
You could have just went with garlic on that one, but that's all right. We took a dark turn.
It wasn't violent enough.
That's
Yeah.
true. That's true. It wasn't.
It was locked in a coffin.
Famous person. No.
I mean, the only other one I can think of is Doug Shastry from Tony's, the Creole seasoning.
Okay, yeah, Doug.
Yeah, Doug. There we
the
go.
owner, he's a fan of the Almas. We met him because he was a fan of Scotty Austin, and so we did a tour with him, and he came out to a couple of shows. He gave us like boxes and boxes of like all of his different seasonings and mixes and stuff. That was really cool, I thought.
Yeah, because all of these people I met, like, they're like engineers and stuff, but all music related. Like, I don't tour managers, this, that.
Band
I met
members,
them. It's just like,
Yeah.
no, I'm a recluse.
His life only revolves around music.
Like, yeah.
Good to know. Good to know. All right, so now as we're closing this interview out, so curious for you guys. Obviously, we're about halfway through 2025. You guys, I've been kicking ass so far this year. So, how does the rest of the year look like for you guys?
Well, and I feel like it's safe to at least spill some of the tea.
Yes.
Yes.
I guess, yeah. I don't know what you're spilling, but spill it. I
Okay,
don't know.
but so we are looking at concluding our year with a 2-month coast-to-coast U.S. tour that leads us then into about a 2 to 3 week UK tour, which is our tour number 4 with Reign of Z.
Yeah, so we'll be out for like 2.5 months. So it'll be a long one.
It'll be fun.
Yes.
2.5 months and 2 continents.
Here we go.
Wow.
Yep. So we got that, and then we've got, we're going to release, obviously, All Fucked Up is out now, but we're looking at releasing another single, God willing, and then the whole EP. So, we're hopefully going to get that out to everybody early, because I know, like, the last EP took a long time to get out. Just finances and everything, and just but, yeah, we're going to try to get that out by fall. For everybody. So there's that. What else? That's about it.
Watch
Yeah.
the shows.
All right.
This is awesome.
Right on.
Music.
Well, maybe meet a famous person every once in a while.
Yes.
Yes,
Yeah.
I'm gonna have to get him out of the house,
Yeah.
Out of the bus, you mean?
out of the
Yeah.
bus.
That's true. Well, that's kind of your house, at least probably for the part of the time of the year.
Oh, dude. Yeah.
Majority of it.
Majority, yeah, that's better.
I sleep better in the bus, anyways.
No,
Well, very good. Well, I'm excited you guys got some great things in the works for the rest of this year. I hope everything goes well for you guys. But now closing out this interview, so for everyone watching and listening, where are the best place to find the Almas online?
well, you can find us on all of the social media networks at Almas the Band. You can find us at almastheband.com for our website, which will take you to all of our links, our streaming, socials, the whole 9 yards. You can find all of our tour dates on there, our online store. Otherwise, come out to a live show. Like I said, our tour dates will be posted up on Facebook, Bands in Town, our website, wherever you want to look us up. But come say hi to us. We'd love to see everybody.
Well, very good. I, of course, will leave some links for the Almas in the description of this podcast. Make sure to see them live. They are an incredible band to see live, so make sure to see them if they're in an area near you. But thank you guys so much for hanging out and chatting with me again. It was nice to catch up with you guys.
Yes,
It was
thank
nice to
you.
see you, Matt.
Yeah, great to see you again and talk with you. And man, we love you, man.
I love you guys too, and hopefully if you're coming through their area at some point, I want to see you guys live this year, so hopefully that happens.
Yeah, you got to
Oh,
hear all
we
the new
hope so.
songs, man.
I know.
Yeah.
I know.
We're playing in Dayton.
So for Josh, Crystal, and Frank of the Almas, I'm your host always, Matthew Thomas. Thank you so much for watching this episode of Super Cool Radio. And remember, stay frosty.
Frosted.